Hey guys, Personal Defense, and today I'm going to try and answer the age-old question: which is a better rifle for the zombie apocalypse, the AK47 or the SKS? Alright, so here we have a Wasser 10 AK47, which is like the cheapest AK47 you can get. Magazine's loaded, but I think it's empty. And this is a Yugoslavian SKS that's empty. Alright. There's some obvious differences with between these two, even though they are chambered in the same caliber, which is a 7.62 by 39, and I think they have the same barrel length. I'm not sure about that. The AK, it's got a pistol grip, it's got a shortened stock, it's piston driven, as is the SKS, but it's more rifle-like with no pistol grip. And it's longer stock, and this one actually has like a padded butt plate on it. It's also piston driven. Both can have a bayonet, but the SKS's bayonet is built in. You can see this Yugoslavian one. It's right there, it just kind of swings out. The AK kind of has like here's the lug for it, it's just kind of one that slips over, like a M4 style bayonet, but there's an AK47 one. I think both are very reliable in any condition. The one huge and obvious disadvantage of the SKS is this right here. It has a fixed 10-round magazine, where the AK, you got 30 rounds, or sometimes I've seen 40-round magazines. I don't know if they make any less than 30 rounds. I've never really seen one. Anyway, another disadvantage is you could have as many of these magazines as you wanted laying around, and you could rock and roll through a magazine, dump it, get another one, rock and roll, dump it. The SKS, you can't pop these out. It's not like it's a removable 10-mag magazine or 10-round magazine and pop in another one. So that's an obvious disadvantage there. However, I think the build quality on the SKS is much better, and I think it's far superior than the build quality of the AK, especially this thing. The Wasser 10, like I mentioned, is probably the cheapest one you can buy, and it just, all AKs are kind of like this. They're stamped steel receivers. They feel thin, and they feel, even the safety is just like, it just feels, I don't know, thin, and just feels like it would easily bend, and it feels like if I accidentally ran this over, maybe, I know that's a hardcore test, but if I ran this over, it would probably dent and bend. And although this is a battle-proven rifle, and everybody will argue with me about it, I just don't like the feel of it, and I don't like the stock on it. Although the wood looks good in my opinion for this gun, or the way the rifle is, I don't like this stock. I don't like shouldering this stock. I don't like the way the stock feels when I shoulder it. I don't like anything about it. It's just real thin. I think it's like, what, 7 or 8 parts this has? 7 or 8 moving parts required to fire, the AK has. I'm not denying that it's a great, reliable weapon. I'm just saying that when the end of days comes, I would rather have an SKS. You're obviously... Okay, so they're both chambered in the same caliber. The safety's on the AK, so... Okay, good. Right off the bat, I noticed mag capacity, ammo capacity. SKS holds 10. The AK holds 30. I think you can buy 40 rounds. Secondly, I noticed the AK has a pistol grip, and the SKS does not. which may not be a fair... As far as ergonomics, I think the SKS feels a lot more solid, and I think it feels a lot more comfortable. We are in the high desert of central New Mexico. There's nothing out here. Alright, so what do you think? You got them both in your hands.
Well, with the pistol grip, the AK is definitely easier to manage one-handed.
That's true. But as far as, I mean, ergonomics, here, put one down and shoulder it, and then you can just put it on the ground, dude. It's not a big deal.
It's Chinese. It can go on the ground. Okay.
To me, shouldering that thing is not comfortable. And then trying to look down the sights, I don't think it's comfortable at all.
For me, I would like it.
I wish the stock was bigger or something.
A little bit longer. A longer stock would be, so it'd sit about there, would be more comfortable.
Yeah.
So,
okay, watch. Take the safety off and fire it while it's shouldered.
Okay.
See what I mean? It's just, I don't know.
It's all close and...
It kind of rattles your face.
And for me, wearing these, it hits it every time.
Yeah.
And kind of knocks it off, and I suffer some ear protection for it.
All right, grab your SKS.
So the SKS...
Okay. Right off the bat, I mean, can you feel the difference?
It feels like a heavier, more solid gun. Less rattly.
Right off the bat, I see the bayonet.
It does have a bayonet.
I mean, you can get a bayonet for the AK. I think it has a bayonet lug, but that one didn't come with it. Yeah. So that one's shouldered.
Feels a little bit better because it's a little bit longer.
It looks more comfortable to you.
But I would still like just a little bit more space out. It doesn't have the pistol grip.
They're both piston driven.
And
10 rounds. All right, take a couple shots.
It feels like a longer gun for sure. Seems a little bit easier to be accurate with it because it is considered a rifle. I think the bayonet being extended gives you some false hope of how big the gun is too.
Makes it feel more accurate?
Yeah.
I can understand that.
So I'll try a couple with it down.
Did you get it with that sling?
Yes,
that's cool.
With the sling.
I think you got 2 more rounds. Might as well fire them off. All right, so your thoughts after shooting it? Compared to the AK?
It feels more solid. For that I like. 10 round magazine goes quicker for sure. But it can be modified. So
here's the real question. In the zombie apocalypse, which one would you rather have? Ammo capacity is a big deal, I think.
The ammo capacity is a big deal.
So the AK wins on that. Accuracy, I'm going to say the SKS is more accurate.
Feels like I could take a longer shot.
Right.
With this, if it came down to it.
Versatility, you got your bayonet there.
I got a bayonet on this one.
And I think it's a little bit heavier, isn't it?
It is heavier.
So if you had to crack a skull with the buttstock or something. So what would you rather have in the apocalypse?
I think I'd like to have this overall.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It's just more versatile. Got a longer range on it, and
my opinion looks better.
You can get bigger magazines. So the next time we'll try it with the Tapco 20 round magazine in it and see what happens.
All right, so there you go. That's the AK versus the SKS. On a level playing field, once you get a magazine fed one, And this magazine made me optimistic because I'm going to try different magazines. Like I said, I bought the cheapest one, and it's obvious. I bought the cheapest one I could find, and I'm just going to buy maybe another better quality one and just kind of work around from there. I haven't had any issues with it. I want to stay with the steel magazines, or metal. I don't even know if this is steel. Metal magazines. I don't want to get the polymer ones. I'm not interested in replacing the stock on this into, you know, some sort of polymer stock. I think Tapco makes a couple different ones, and I think Tapco makes one that you can actually keep the bayonet in. But looking at these two rifles for the end of days or the zombie apocalypse, I'm going to choose this one, no questions asked. Looking at this rifle without the magazine versus the AK, I'm going to have a hard time picking the AK, honestly. I just think the SKS is a much better rifle, and that is my choice for the zombie apocalypse. So I hope that gives you a little information. If you have an SKS and you heard the same stories that I have about don't get rid of the 10-round magazine because you're going to screw your gun up, or it's not going to be reliable, or whatever, don't be scared to test that theory. You know, I obviously bought that cheapest one I could get, and it works fine. I have no problems with it. So, and you like the wooden look. I didn't want to, you know, buy a polymer stock or polymer anything and throw the receiver in. I don't really like that look. So go ahead and test that theory out. I had good luck with it, and I'm going to continue to test it out, and I'll give updates on that.